back to the ranch. Dr. Uptown here. As some of you know, because you've asked me questions before, I'm willing to answer any question that I can or try to help you out if you're having a problem with your pistol. And I got a question from a user the other day. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. I'll kill it if I try to pronounce it. But anyway, he had a Lorcin L25, similar to mine, and what had happened was a friend of his had taken it apart and put it back together, and when he did, he put it back together wrong, and now he had a pistol that was locked up and couldn't do anything with it. So I thought I would walk you through the procedure on how I cut mine apart after I did the same thing. Once when he called me, I tried to recreate the problem that he had, and it wasn't an easy one. So standard breakdown on it: push the pin in the back, and lift the slide up, move it forward, see if it'll stay there, move it forward to remove the slide from the frame, recoil spring. What had happened in his case was his friend had taken his pistol apart, and we'll get the firing pin and spring out of there so you can kind of take a note of how it actually goes in the pistol. It actually goes in the pistol like this. What had happened was his friend had put it together and had done this, putting the firing pin and the spring in backwards, then putting the plunger in, and then he had taken the slide, put it on the frame, and had managed to get it all put back together like that. And in theory, it looks good, that it all functions fine. But one of the things you'll notice when I push this back is look how far that firing pin is going into the chamber there. Well, the problem comes, and this will only be the second time that I've done this, so we'll see if I can get it apart real easy or not. The problem comes is you can't push the pin back in there. So how I had to do it was I got the pin quite a ways in there and pushed down on it. Like I say, we'll see if I can do it again. I got it apart once, but I had a hell of a time doing it. Oh yeah, I'm forgetting what I did. You have to push the trigger down while you've got the slide back and push that pin in all at the same time. And like I say, we'll see how lucky I am with getting this accomplished. And I told him in the message PM that I sent him that I had a hell of a time getting it to undo. When I did it. So he should expect the same. Here we go. And you can see how much effort that took me, so expect to do that much effort. The problem is, and you can see right here, when that firing pin is in there backwards, it's clear basically at the back of the slide. And when you push that in even, what is happening is the firing pin is coming up against the trigger release like this. So what you're having to do is you're having to push the trigger in far enough to have that drop so that it'll clear, and at the same time you're having to lift and push the slide up, all in the same maneuver. So with this, in this configuration here, what you have to do is you have to get the trigger pushed to allow the firing pin to go in past, and what that does is that allows your end cap to go in far enough to do the breakdown, and then lift the slide up off of it once you do. Because when it's in this locked up configuration, as you can see, let me get the frame up here. We'll try to hold this all so that you got some perspective. You can see there that the trigger capture thingy is just right at where the firing pin sits in there with it put together in that improper configuration. Like I say, once you've got it apart, then put it together properly. Put the firing pin in with the spring following it. Your end cap goes in. Recoil spring goes into the frame. And it's back assembled, and now it will actually cock and give you the cocked indicator. Anyway, that's how to solve the problem that we had. I hope you guys find this interesting. We'll talk to you later. You have a good day.